This is the most powerful mantra in the world. Repeat it to yourself every day and watch your life transform. The greatest players in the world repeat this mantra every day. You probably heard of the famous quote, "You are the reason for the things happening in your life." Some people might say this sounds a bit harsh, and it kinda is. But deep down, we all know that this is true. The only person responsible for your failures, your weaknesses, and your problems is you. And the same goes for your successes, your strengths, and your victories. Only you can take the credit for those. If someone else is holding a higher position than you, they are more successful than you, or they have something that you want. Ultimately, it's because you allowed them to be in that position. If you don't like the situation you're in, if you're not happy with how things are going, then you must change something about the way you think, because everything starts with a thought. Even your actions are preceded by a thought. If you think about it, everything that you do has a cause. You took an action because you had a certain thought first. For example, let's say you decide to start exercising. What caused you to start exercising? Was it a thought? Absolutely. You probably thought to yourself, "I'm tired of being out of shape. I want to get fit. I want to go to the gym and work out." That was the thought. Or maybe you saw someone at the gym and you thought, "Wow, that person looks great. I want to get into shape too." Either way, the thought came first, and that thought produced an action. Now, what if you didn't allow that thought to come into your mind? What if you ignored that thought? You would have never started working out. And so everything starts with a thought. All your habits, both good and bad, start with a thought. All your beliefs, your values and principles, they all start with a thought. All your decisions, whether big or small, they all start with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. So if you want to change anything in your life, if you want to improve anything, if you want to become a better version of yourself, it all begins with changing your thoughts. You must start thinking differently. So now the question is, how do you change your thoughts? How do you control your mind? Well, you do this by repeating a mantra over and over again. You choose a mantra, something that will serve as a reminder for you to think a certain way. Think of it like programming your mind. You're telling your mind to think a certain way by repeating a mantra over and over again. This is why the mantra should be short, simple, and easy to remember. Something like, "I am disciplined," or "I am focused," or "I am in control." Choose something that will remind you of the qualities you want to develop. And here's the best part. When you say a mantra, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Keep repeating it, and eventually you will start to believe it. So don't worry if you don't believe it. Just keep repeating it anyway. Keep repeating the mantra even when you feel like giving up, even when you feel like you're not making any progress. Keep repeating it. And the more you repeat it, the more it will sink into your mind. It will eventually become your belief. And once you truly believe it, it will become your identity. And once it becomes your identity, it will show up in your actions. You will start to act in accordance to your new identity. So here's the summary. If you want to change anything in your life, if you want to improve anything, if you want to become a better version of yourself, it all begins with changing your thoughts. You must start thinking differently. And you do this by repeating a mantra over and over again. A mantra that will serve as a reminder for you to think a certain way. So choose a mantra wisely. Choose something that will remind you of the qualities you want to develop, and keep repeating it. Keep repeating it even when you don't believe it, even when you feel like giving up. Just keep repeating it. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love. Until next time.